Friday the 13th is of course on the Mount Rushmore of horror. Some will even argue that Jason is the ultimate slasher. When it comes to the franchise, yeah sure, there are some hit and miss movies, just like the rest of them. But one often overlooked character is, believe it or not, Pamela Voorhees. Now some horror fans consider the 1980 film with Pamela Voorhees a staple in the 80s horror movie era, while some chop it up to maybe be forgettable and unnecessary. However, for me, when I watched it as a child, the twist stuck with me. Even to this day for me, it still has a lot of rewatchable value. But I always felt that the character Pamela herself always had more to offer in the franchise. This is where her hidden chapter comes into play. Friday the 13th Pamela's Tale is a 2-issue release back in 2007 by DC Comics. This still baffles me. Exploring the original Friday the 13th movie a little further than what we got to see on the big screen. It starts off recapping the 1980s film, recapping the introduction with Annie hitchhiking to Blairstown. She also gimmicks the trucker and Crazy Ralph, which we all know and love these characters. She then gets dropped off just like she does in the movie, and then she hitches a ride from the Jeep, whom we all now know if you've seen the movie is Pamela Voorhees.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
However, this time we really got to see what transpired inside that vehicle. After making small talk about camping, counselors, and children, Annie asks Pamela if she has any kids. We then get a glimpse of her unfortunate past as a wife and mother. Dating back to September 1947, god damn. Pam is a newlywed housewife to Elias who is a major dick. For example, all this beer is warm. Don't you dare tell me I have a chill one right here, Elias. And oh! Disclaimer, I do not condone domestic violence, especially towards women. Don't start with the waterworks again. I had a shitty day at the shitty mine and I'm goddamn hungry. Despite him showing how big of a dick he really is, Pam claims that she loved being a wife and performing her wifely duties. Jesus Christ. Just throw your fucking cigar in her face, why not? You know, no fucking problem. Look, she's just staying for the D. Okay? That's her words, not mine.
You're naughty.
There's all kinds of music.
We immediately see that Pam is really fucked in the head, and hears auditory hallucinations of Jason before he's even born. Jason is pushing Pam to tell Elias the news of his soon-to-be arrival, but Pam is scared to death to do so, rightfully so, because it would not end up well. She gets
Knock the fuck out!
before she has a chance to do so. God, Pam.
When we made love, it was like a cyclone hit our little trailer. He was so passionate.
Stop it. Get some help. So finally Pam has had enough and she grabs an axe and she's mischievous enough to wake Elias up before fucking plummeting him. She then loads up his body and rides like a bat out of hell to Camp Crystal Lake, dumping Elias's body. Fast forward to Pamela getting a better job, a better living situation. She gets a job as a waitress until she gets noticed by David and Louise Christie, which we all know who they are.
How are you? Well, I'm Mrs. Voorhees, an old friend of the Christies.
She gets a job offer working out as chef at Camp Crystal Lake for 5 weeks out of the summer. But all not so kind as Jason decides to make his debut into this comic book, and we see little baby Jason coming to the world. Ha! Christ on the cross, that's fucked up, doctor. Issue number 2. It begins with the all-known demise of Annie as she leaps from the Jeep and is met by Pam's knife to the throat. But silly old Pam still insists on telling her story to this dead fucking corpse. We all get lonely. We then flash back again as her days as the chef at Camp Crystal Lake, showing small signs of psychotic behavior. But she is called home by the babysitter, who quits her job due to Jason's behavior, animal killings in the backyard. She does not approve of Jason's playtime. Now, if this was a movie, you have to be careful about diving into Jason's backstory. You do not want to give away too much information. You do not want to give Jason motive. We don't want to see the goddamn Rob Zombie's, Michael Myers fucking redneck hillbilly back shit. Don't do that. If you take the mystery away, it's game over. When push comes to shove, Pam is forced to take Jason to Camp Crystal Lake, and we all know where this goes from here. He gets bullied, he stalks people, he beats a little fucking pervert, he gets chased, he drowned. Now this to me is the best part of the comic right here. It then starts flashback to the events of the movie. It flashes back to June 1958, where Pam kills the counselors, and it transitions to the dialogue in present time in 1980, where she pulls up and meets Alice at the ending of the movie, tying in the dialogue and the timelines together. Now to me, this 110% amplifies her psychotic breakdown and her ability to manipulate people, especially Alice, in these final moments of the 1980s film. Because all of this time, while she's talking to Alice, Annie's dead body is still in the Jeep. That's not the best fucking tie-in. I don't know what is. But it's true. Now, the real reason I feel like this is a great addition to Pamela's character and her plot point in the movie is that it really shows that Pamela's way out of her mind, even more than we all thought. Having Annie in her Jeep like that, while this classic scene would have played out during the movie, it really amplifies that classic scene and makes it greater than what it already is. It adds a lot of depth, because I always felt that they could use Pamela's character further in the franchise, but they have yet to do so. But you have so many windows of opportunity to do that. Whether it's a pivot point, whether it's a clue to Jason's supernatural ability, whether it's a supernatural aspect in itself, like Pamela being the guide to Jason, just like Jason was a guide to Pamela before he was even born. Maybe she could do the same from the afterlife. Yeah, that might sound silly, but if you really dial it in and create a really cool horror aesthetic there, it could really work if you pull it off right. I do believe so. Love him or hate him, Jason is one of the most iconic horror slashers today. And there is so much that you can build upon him in a new reboot. Why not throw a little sprinkle of Pamela in there? And yeah, sure, they might do this in the TV series, which would be pretty cool. But again, you have to be careful about Jason's backstory, because I'll say it again, if you take the mystery away there, it's over. That is one of the reasons I really love this comic book, because it added a small pivotal point and it amplified that whole movie and Pamela's character all together. Now, there's a lot more to this comic book I did not discuss. I'm not gonna spoil everything. And plus, YouTube would probably kick my ass for showing everything. But I always condone supporting artists, DC Comics, any kind of comic book company out there, because the last thing I want to do is rip artists off. I'm trying to support these artists. If you have a comic book of mine, comment down below. Before I go, I want to say, guys, it feels really good to be back in the seat. It feels really good to connect with you guys and be in front of the camera again. I know we have videos releasing all the time, but honestly, most of those videos that you see, we recorded weeks and months ago, and they put out as backup. It's the first time in a long time I got to sit in the chair, read a comic, break it down, crack a few outdated jokes for you guys, make an ass of myself, but hey, I had fun. Thank you guys. I love you all, and I do really appreciate you spending some time in your day kicking with me. Till next time, adios.